Hi, my name is Melissa Powell, and I'm an Access Technology trainer. In this video, I will be talking about configuring the voices of JAWS, selecting a voice profile, as well as I will be concluding by talking about the JAWS application settings. Let's go ahead and get started. The JAWS voice adjustment settings are located in the Options menu of JAWS. If you're running JAWS from your taskbar, press Alt-Tab until the JAWS window is focused. Then press Alt to open the JAWS menus. Then press Enter on the Options menu. And then arrow down to the Voices submenu and press Enter to open it. If you're running JAWS from your system tray, press JAWS key J to open the JAWS interface. Then arrow down to the Voices submenu and press Enter to open it. Arrow down to Voice Adjustment and press Enter to open it. And this opens the Voice Adjustment dialog. In this dialog, you can configure the settings for voice profiles as well as the settings for the individual voices in JAWS. Navigate forward through the options in the dialog by pressing Shift-Tab. And to navigate backward through the options in the dialog, press Shift-Tab. Voice profiles. The first option in this dialog is a combo box, and it is the voice profile name combo box. In this combo box, you select the voice profile that you would like to configure in JAWS. Use your up and down arrows to make a selection. And the options are Eloquence, Eloquence Factory, SAPI 5. To delete a profile, select it in the Profile Name combo box, and then activate the Profile Delete button by pressing the space bar. You will be asked if you're sure you want to delete the profile. Press Enter on Yes, and the profile will be removed immediately. In this part of the dialog, you can select and configure a synthesizer. The first option is your synthesizer language, and this is a combo box. Use your up and down arrows to make a selection. Here are the options: English, British English, Spanish, Latin American Spanish, French, German, Italian, Brazilian Portuguese. Personally, I stick with English because that's the only language I know, but hey, if you know another language, that's wonderful. The next option is Detect SAPI 4 synthesizers, and this is a button. You activate this button with spacebar, and if you do this, JAWS will detect all the SAPI 4 synthesizers that are installed on your computer. All these options may not be available in this section of the dialog depending on the synthesizers that you have installed on your computer, and depending on which synthesizer you are using at the time. The next option is Voice Adjustment, and this is a combo box. This determines what voice you will be adjusting the settings for in JAWS. The first, use your up and down arrows to make a selection in this combo box. The first option is All Contexts. This means that you will be adjusting all the voices in JAWS. Then you have your PC cursor voice, then your JAWS cursor voice, and then your keyboard voice. You have your tutor and message voice, and your menu and dialog voice. The next option is your voice rate, and this is a slider bar. To increase your voice rate, press your right arrow key. To decrease your voice rate, press your left arrow key. The next option is your voice punctuation. This is a combo box. Please use your up and down arrows to make a selection here. The options are most, some, none, or all. The next option is your voice person, and this is a combo box. Use your up and down arrows here to select a voice person. The options are Reed, Shelley, Bobby, Rocco, Glenn, Sandy, Grandma, and Grandpa. The next option is your voice pitch. To increase your voice pitch, press your right arrow. To decrease the voice pitch, press your left arrow. The next option is your Say All speech synthesizer. This is a combo box. Use your up and down arrows to make a selection. The Say All speech synthesizer is the synthesizer that is used when you are reading from your current cursor location to the end of a document. And to turn on Say All, you press JAWS key down arrow, and to turn it off, you press the Control key. The options in this combo box are Default or SAPI 5. Then you have a Save As button. If you activate this button with spacebar, you can create a new profile. Type in the profile name in the edit field, and you will be asked if you want to make the profile your default profile. And if you say yes, you can go ahead and configure the settings for your new profile. Activate the OK button to save the changes and exit the dialog, or activate the Apply button to save your changes but stay in the dialog if you would like to configure more profile settings, or activate the Cancel button by pressing spacebar if you don't want to save any of your profile settings. Voice profiles are a really nice feature in JAWS, especially if you have more than one JAWS user using a computer, and you may want different voice configuration settings than the friend or the other person that's using your computer. So you can go ahead and configure a voice profile for that person, and they can come in and activate it and select it. And that brings us to our next topic, which is selecting a voice profile. You can select a voice profile in the Voices submenu of JAWS. If you're running JAWS from your taskbar, press Alt-Tab to focus on the JAWS window. Then press Alt to open the menus. Press Enter on the Options menu. Arrow down to the Voices submenu and press Enter to open it. If you're running JAWS from your system tray, press JAWS key J to open the JAWS interface. Then arrow down to the Options submenu and press Enter to open it. Arrow down to select Voice Profile and press Enter to open it. And this opens the Select Profile dialog. The first option is your default combo box, where you can select a voice profile that will be used for all the applications in your computer at that time. And this is the default combo box. Use your up and down arrows to make a selection. The options are Eloquence or SAPI 5 Factory. The next option is your application combo box. This will select a profile that you will use for your currently open application on your computer. Use your up and down arrows to make a selection. The options are Use Default or SAPI 5 Factory. Activate the OK button to select your profile. There's also a Cancel button if you don't want to select your profile. Next, we're going to talk about JAWS application settings. Some applications have customization or configuration settings that are installed. If you have trouble with an application script, you can disable the application settings. The application settings are located in the Voices submenu of JAWS. If you're running JAWS from your taskbar, press Alt-Tab till the JAWS window is focused. Press Alt to open the menus. Then press Enter on the Options menu to open it. Arrow down to the Voices submenu and press Enter to open it. If you're running JAWS from your system tray, press JAWS key J to open the JAWS interface. Then arrow down to the Options submenu and press Enter to open it. Then arrow down to Application Settings and press Enter, and this opens the Application Settings dialog. The first option in this dialog contains a list box of applications that have custom settings, and to navigate the list box and make a selection, use your up and down arrow keys. These options in this list box may vary depending on what applications you have on your computer. The options on my computer are: to disable the application settings, uncheck the checkboxes that are associated with each list view item, and here are the options on my computer. Default, Excel, Explorer, Explorer from, Internet Explorer, JAWS window, Quick Settings, Word. Then you have an Enable All button. If you activate this button by pressing spacebar, you will enable all your application settings. Then you have Disable All button. If you activate this button by pressing spacebar, you will disable all your application settings. Then you have a Remove Selected button. If you activate this button with spacebar, you will remove the application settings for the application that you have selected in the list box. Activate the OK button to save your changes and to close out the application settings dialog. There is also a Cancel button if you don't want to save your changes, and you'll close out the application's settings dialog by pressing the Cancel button as well, but none of your changes will be saved. This concludes our exploration of the voice settings in JAWS and selecting a voice profile, as well as configuring the application settings in JAWS. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will have a great day. Thanks for watching.